This place was built 100 years before Alcatraz ever was built.
Don't you?
Oh, that.
This building had between 6 to 8 men per cell.
8 people in here.
This down here is a whole different entity. I'm not going to use the D word, but there's things down here that I cannot explain. We have a 7-foot shadow man down there. I had a mother and daughter in here on a hunt. The daughter just did selfies. A face started forming behind her. James Earl Ray, he actually escaped from MSP.
So someone who escaped from this prison went on to assassinate Martin Luther King?
Yes, I'll show you a selfie.
Dude, I would cry.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to TFIL's 25 weeks of haunted, paranormal, abandoned, historical overnight tour that we have been doing. We normally start our videos outside, but it is negative 14 degrees right now. So it's pretty hard to tell where we are, but we are inside the Missouri State Penitentiary. This place is massive.
It's huge.
It absolutely incredible. It's huge here. They had gas chambers here. Of course, they had legitimate dungeons. This place was built 100 years before Alcatraz ever was built.
Jesus.
That's how old it is here. A lot of crazy stuff has happened, and as well as paranormal sightings. This is one of the few places where like the major TV shows have come here and immediately like, we are coming back.
Yeah.
So this place is incredible. We're gonna be meeting up with a tour guide per usual. That's how we start, to make sure we learn everything properly. But more importantly, if you guys weren't aware, we were running a contest where we were picking 3 winners. We were flying out to their hometowns, hoping it wouldn't be negative 14 degrees. But it is, and we have one of our winners here tonight. JJ, come on in.
Hello!
Hey.
Hi, my name's JJ. I like long walks on the beach.
So JJ won. He was in Kansas City. This was 3 hours away, so we came all the way here. You wanted to do something paranormal, right?
Heck yeah!
Okay. Have you ghost hunted before at all, or?
Not a single bit.
Wow, are you excited though?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to see like a happy spirit or like an evil? Like what are you hoping to have happen?
I hope I get claimed. Oh my god.
Oh!
What's to get
claim? What do you mean claim?
Well, I want my pocket pulled. Come on.
Oh, he knows. What does that mean?
That's what prisoners would do back in the day. If they pulled on your like
ever
your
heard
back
that?
pocket, that means that they're claiming you.
Oh.
There you go. See, but Brandon's been trying to claim him ever since he got on TFIL. That's the problem.
By the way, you were our first place winner.
Yes, I am.
Wow, so that's pretty cool. I mean, what made you start watching TFIL?
Elton, can I talk in my normal voice, please?
Let them do it.
Just let him do it.
How about this? If he talks in his normal voice, we have to talk in his voice.
Okay.
Elton paid him $1,000 to change his voice.
I paid for the surgery yesterday.
He can't bring his voice
Oh,
back.
we'll switch. You talk in your normal voice, but we all have to talk in his voice.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, you can be normal now, JJ.
I started watching TFL.
Oh my god! Really?
You're really good at it.
Wow. Oh my god!
It's really good.
Gotta get higher.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Like, you really watch it?
You're not breaking character right now.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Okay.
Evan's got headphones on and we're just destroying his ears right now.
All right, well, we're gonna go meet up with our tour guide now.
Yes.
All right.
She can hear us. She's gonna think we're absolutely insane.
She's not gonna come over here if she heard that.
No, jeez. Oh, well, let's go. Well, let's get to this. This is really gruesome. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh my god.
Do not mess with any doors. We have 1,000 keys used to run MSP, and we have 4. Any door, any cell door, we do not have a key for, and you get yourself locked in, it's a big deal because it's state owned. We have to call OSHA. Not good. We have to call a locksmith to get you out. That's on your dime. Last time that happened, it took 7 hours to get them out and cost them $800. Wow. So please.
Only 800?
Stop. So please do not mess with the doors. There is door exceptions. I probably won't even, I'll point out one, but other than that, do not mess with them, okay? MSP opened its doors in 1836. To give you a timeline of 1836, that's also the same week that the Alamo fell in Texas, okay? We were a full operating prison for 168 years. The first building that ever stood here was a building of 40 one-man cells. During 1836, that's when the gold rush hit. At that time, some very wealthy businessmen came in and said, hey, we'd like to make you a proposition. We would like to rent your prison. And we'd like to go to the lower yard and we'd like to build some factories. With those factories, we are going to make products. We are going to sell those products and we will use inmate labor to do that. They did 63 factories down in the lower yard, okay? Wow. What happened to those guys? They became very, very, very wealthy. Wow. Okay? Even at that time, say this gentleman right here was a farmer, he could come in and he could rent men to go work for him. He could put them on a boat, take them down the Missouri River, take them to St. Louis, and use those men to get their crop in. Okay? Now, records were poor back in those days. So say he gets 500 men and he comes back and he goes, you know, I got a problem. I got a real problem. I've got 496. What do I do? You know what they'd have said? We got plenty, get you some more. Wow. Literally. I will tell you the three entities that we see. The first one is a poltergeist, okay? The second one is a residual haunting, and I'm gonna give you an example of a residual type haunting. The example that I'm gonna give you happened with a lady that used to work in our Visitors Bureau. Her name was Mary Ann. Mary Ann's job every weekend was to come in, pick up the waivers like you signed, okay, collect the money. That was her job every weekend. She came in, she looked right down that hall, and she sees a man at the end of the hall, right down this hall. Sees a man down there, okay? She goes to the guy. This particular guy is one of our history guys, and he used to be a former warden here. She goes to Mike and she said, Mike, you left one of your guests here. This was after a history tour on a Saturday morning. He said, no, I didn't, Mary Ann. She said, yeah, you did. So they went upstairs, they searched the building, came back down. He goes, man, what does this guy look like? He said, well, he had brown hair, parted on the side, had a lab coat looking thing, had a clipboard under his arm, and Mike, which used to be a former warden, said, you know, who I think you're talking about is Jack. Jack actually was an inmate that was here, but he worked for the radiology department at the hospital. Jack's job every single day was to go get an inmate, take him to the hospital to get his x-rays and take him back, okay? A couple of weeks later, Mary Ann came in again. Instinctively, she looked down that hall. We always do. Yeah. And she sees Jack going through the walls this way. Oh. She said that Jack just kept moving. We call that a residual type haunting. It's like a DVD that's playing the same thing over and over and over again. The interesting thing about Jack is that Jack did not die here. Jack done his time and was released. So that tells us that you don't have to die in a place to leave your energy either positive or negative. The third one I'm going to tell you about is an intelligent type haunting. Sometimes it can be something as simple as, hey, anybody there? And you hear a,
oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's a rusty old prison. We get that. Can you make another noise? And it does it again.
Wow.
We call that an intelligent type haunting, and it's like it's trying to interact with us. Let's go up.
Skim light on the poltergeist though.
Oh yeah,
Went into vivid detail on all the others. Poltergeist went in the next one.
Poltergeist here is just nothing more than things that are moving, literally. We do get things that are moved, but more residual and more intelligent type haunting.
Yeah.
Wow. What does a sexy demon work on?
Pardon me?
What? What did you say?
I said, what does a sexy demon work on?
What?
A stripper poltergeist.
Oh, no.
Yes, I made her laugh. Here we go. Here we go.
By the way, everyone, if you don't know, Corey and I are doing a fun little contest every single month now where we pick one winner and we fly out to your hometown and bring you to do like an overnight investigation or something fun, whatever it is that you want to do. Like JJ, he won our first contest. It's been a blast doing this with the 3 different winners. So now it's monthly. There are 2 ways to enter. One is super simple. On the video, just leave a like and a comment, and every video you do that on equals 1 entry. The other way is to head over to SendItSociety.com, which is a clothing line that we run. Boom, right there. And for every $1 you spend equals 1 entry. Every month there's a new winner. Every month it restarts. So if you want to support us, you want to win a trip, do something fun like this, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Welcome to Housing Unit 1. Housing Unit 1 housed our ladies from 1905 to 1926. After that, they were moved out of this building to a Civil War mansion across the road called Minor Mansion. Now, one of our famous inmates was Miss Kate Richards O'Hare. Now, Miss Kate Richards O'Hare, she did something pretty deplorable to be put here. She told a speech on the courthouse steps. That doesn't sound too bad, does it? She was a socialist. She was very respected, very educated. The first thing that's going to happen if you was a lady when you came into MSP is they're going to get you all settled in. They're going to put you in your bunk and stuff, and then they're going to go, you know what? It's time for your bath.
Oh.
Okay? Now, we're not talking about grandma's claw-footed bathtub. We're talking at that time it was more like a bath trough. Okay? So they take Kate to this trough, this bath, whatever, and she looks down in it and she's just like, I can't do it. She didn't want to get in that bathtub because another inmate named Alice Cox had just got out of the bathtub. The water was still in the bathtub, and Alice Cox was in the last stages of syphilis, and the whole top of the water had scabs just floating over. Well, that appalled Kate, because if you know anything about the syphilis disease, if Kate would have had a wound or something, she could have contracted that disease.
Just like
Corey knows a lot about it.
Well,
Back in the day.
if you take your cameras and stuff, be careful. Cell number 5 does not like his picture made, or her. I'm not saying it's a he. A gentleman came in with a night vision infrared camera, very, very expensive, and it tried to bat it out of his hand. He did not appreciate that. In 1919, one of the inmates named Minnie Eddy spent 21 days in that blind cell. Okay, she got 1 cup of water a day to drink, 1 piece of bread. After 21 days, of course, she was just weak as a kitten. They took her out of there. They said, you know what, Minnie, go to the cafeteria, eat all that you want. She died the next morning from a perforated colon. Guys, she was put in that cell because she could not keep up with her sewing work in the factories. Yes, this is the blind cell, guys. This is where Minnie spent her 21 days.
That's terrible.
21 days in here.
You know what? If we were in New York, this would probably be like $1,300 for an apartment.
Have you had any stories in here of like any activity or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of people go in there, you can turn off the light. Like I said, that's the door exception. So you can do that
don't
time.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you?
Oh, that. Go, turn off the light. Turn off the light.
Hilarious.
Now let's be honest. You peed your pants just a little bit.
Oh, of course
Let's
they
be honest.
did.
This is Housing Unit 3 right over here. Now, let me stress to you the magnitude. You might want to put your camera over there at that bright light. Let me look how big this building is, and every one of these stones, these limestones, was hand carved, hand done from the lower yard, in the quarries from the lower yard, and some around Jeff City. Okay, right over here, this is Housing Unit 4. This is the next building that we're going to. That's my favorite building. This is the one that lost its roof in the 2019 F3 tornado.
Wow.
Oh, there really is no roof. Look at this.
Wow.
Jeez.
This is sick though.
This is amazing.
Okay, now guys, and also if you listen real closely, real quietly, we have a lot of residuals. Like when y'all were just talking, I heard a great big thump, just a boom. I mean, it is a very, very active building. This building had between 6 to 8 men per cell.
Are you serious?
Two bucket system. 1 bucket for water, 1 bucket for waste. Plumbing did not come in until the 40s.
8 people in here.
There's no way. That had to be a lot of cuddling.
Wait, where do they all sleep?
Double bunks, so that would have had 4, and then probably 2 on the ground.
Jeez.
With a bucket.
With the bucket.
With 1 bucket.
And a mop?
No bucket. That was Mr. John McBroom's cell. Okay, what happened is one of these inmates through here, they couldn't get to who they really wanted to, so who did they get to next? They get their best buddy, that was John McBroom. John McBroom was asleep in his cell. They went down there, they had taken 2 gardening shears apart. They immediately started stabbing his eyes out, okay? He came out on that walk, bleeding to death, tried to make it to the walk, and he died. Brutal, brutal. The first full body apparition I ever saw was in between cell number 45 and 46. I was sitting, me and another guide was sitting here. It was on an overnight. When we do our overnights, we do these buildings in the dark. And he was hanging over that red rail right there. Gray pants, white shirt, shoulder length hair. And we looked up there and watched him for just about half a minute. Looked down, looked back up. He was gone.
Half a minute. He was standing.
Oh yeah. It was coolest thing ever. Also, on one of our hunts, this is really cool, we saw a shadow figure like this, and it was black shadow figure. And me and another guide said, hey, we see you up there. Now all of our guests are just sitting here in chairs.
Yeah.
And we said, we can see you up there. Can you wave at us? You see this shadow going like this.
Intelligent.
Every one of us and our guests saw it. Crazy.
Wow.
When you were put down in the dungeon, it was up to the guard's discretion on how long you stayed down there, okay? I'm gonna tell you about a guy that spent some time down there. His name was J.B. Firebug Johnson. Now what J.B. was always trying to do was one thing, and that was he was always trying to escape. How he tried to escape is he would set fires. Now we're not talking about your little trash can fire. No. We're not talking about a pile of pallets over here. We're talking about factory fires. Factory fires. Okay, he tried to burn down the Sullivan Saddle Tree Factory. That was a factory back in the day that made saddles, the wood part of saddles. Wow. Huge money maker. Yeah. They would ship out about 60,000 of those a year, okay? Tried to burn that down. They said, you know what, JB, we're done with you. You're going to the dungeon. Now, y'all look like good all-American people. I want you to, in your mind, and don't be unrealistic, don't go off the wall. How long should he stay down there?
Should stay down there for 21 days.
What? What did I say? 2 weeks.
I'm gonna say the same thing. 2 weeks. Maybe 2 days.
They let him go, and they said, JB, you know what? You're free to go, but you're never to step foot in the state of Missouri again. Oh. Well, before JB left, he wrote a book about his time down in the dungeon. It's a very rare book. It's in the archive library. It's called Buried Alive in the Missouri State Penitentiary for 18 years.
What?
And I said 2.5 years, and y'all thought I was crazy.
If you'd done 18 years, you'd be completely blind. So we do know that they probably got him out, paraded him around, and took him back down. There's 6 cells down there, guys. 6 cells.
Wait. Hold on, I missed something here. You said he'd be blind?
Yeah, they done their time in the dark.
You're in the dark the entire time.
Yeah, your eyes just start losing function. It's like a muscle. Yeah, it's like a muscle. It'll
Your
atrophy.
retinas would always try to search for light.
Can you imagine if you were sitting down for 18 years?
If you spend enough time in the dark, you can't see anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would blind you.
Correct.
What?
All right, guys, you can go in and look around if you want. 3 cells on this side, 3 cells on the other. That's a picture of old JB right there.
Wow. Fire.
February 26th until July 1st.
Jeez.
Wow. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Being in the dark for that long, I feel like you would go insane.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you would be absolutely insane.
People did go insane. They killed themselves. How would you commit suicide in a place like this?
That's the only way.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you, Evan.
Oh yeah, if it was pitch black, I don't really know.
We have documentation of 16 men in 1 cell.
Whoa.
16.
Down here? How many left?
Huh?
How many left? What do
I mean, how many left?
You put 16 in, 16 came out?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I had a mother and daughter in here on a hunt, and the daughter just did selfies, just click, 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 and a face started forming behind her, and then the mom finally saw it up in her selfie, and so I ended up taking that to a paranormal Haunticon, and I showed it to somebody, and they said, "Hey, can I play around with that just a little bit?" And I said, "Yeah, but don't you dare erase it."
Yeah.
Because you can clearly see the face, mustache, eyes, everything. And so she took the color out, and she said, "If I take the color out and it's still black and white, then it's legit." She took the color out, he was still there.
That's insane. All right.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, yeah, before I leave, remind me.
Oh, you have it.
Yeah, it's on my phone. We have heard booted footsteps going up and down the halls. It's pretty intense.
I like down here.
Come on in, Daddy.
Stand up.
Wow!
All right.
This is rad.
All right, guys. So, this side of the building, built in 1914. This side of the building, 1916. Okay? Famous inmates here. Anybody ever heard of Pretty Boy Floyd?
Of course.
How about James Earl Ray?
Yep.
James Earl Ray? No? He actually used to work in our prison bakery in the day. He got his buddies to he actually escaped from MSP. He got his buddies to take the bread out because we'd send big wooden boxes of baked goods to all the satellite prisons. He took the...
No. That sounds like it was over there.
He took the baked goods out. He got in, they put the baked goods out, and out they drove through the Sallyport. It was almost a year to the day before he killed Dr. Martin Luther King in Tennessee a year later.
So someone who escaped from this prison went on to assassinate Martin Luther King?
Yes, I'll show you this up.
Oh.
Come on. Come on in.
That's insane.
You can go in it.
Crazy.
Did you actually go in it?
Yeah, I did.
No, I think you just poked your head in.
No, I went in. I'm like, look, I'm
You can go in there.
sick. I went like that. I was
Dr. King in Tennessee. Almost a year to the day later.
wow.
The second year I worked here, this is year number 8 for me. Second year I worked here, where we're fixing to go is death row. Okay, I go down, I'm talking to 3 female guests, just chit-chatting away, and I get my back pocket yanked. Now, I don't mean like a little beep, I mean yanked. I was in tears, my guest was in tears, it about pulled me down, and I went to a guide, which was a guard here, his career back in the day, and I said, "Hey, I'm new to all this paranormal stuff, but I got my back pocket yanked. What does that mean?" He said, "In the prison world, when you get your back pocket yanked, that means that you have been claimed." I never wear pockets. Never.
Oh no!
We're going to go down to death row. This is where we typically on my tour call out that intelligent type haunting.
Oh, wow.
We have a picture, and I will show you the picture. We have a 7-foot shadow man down there. 7 foot, solid black shadow man. Okay, he likes to play with you. He likes to play games with you. So sometimes when we're down there in the dark, we'll say, "Hey, can you pop your head out?" You see this little black shadow go like this. Okay, come on down, I'll show you. These are just 2 mirrored sides, okay? This side, it makes a horseshoe. This side goes this way, this side goes this way. I always take my groups over here. I get the most activity over here. So come on down here. Again, do not mess with any doors.
This is nuts.
This is on death row. This is where we are. Do you see the shadow figure right there?
Yeah, it's like a blurry.
Okay. Do you see anything else in that picture?
That orb.
No, I think that literally is a camera flash. Anything else?
Something inside the cell?
Yes, there was nobody in that cell. It's like a leg or...
That's a leg.
Yeah, there's nobody in that cell. Where we see him a lot is right around that corner. So let me explain something. You see this old tile on the walls? That's old subway tiles like old elementary schools were made out of. It shines. So right down there it shines. Right down there it shines. The floors shine. So when we see shadows down here, they are darker than the dark. All right, guys, where we're fixing to go is the another layer below death row. It is the whole entire bottom. This is administration segregation. These would have been guys that would have been put down here that were off their meds. These would have been the inmates that would have been making little crowns out of their own feces.
Jesus.
That kind of inmate. Also, guys, a residual, what we do too, we know is at MSP, a residual can also be a smell. We have smelled brewed coffee in here before. No food. Baked apples, wet dog, poop. It's also this. It can be a smell as much as anything else too. Come on down. This down here is a whole different entity. There's things down here I've seen I cannot explain. Now, I'm not going to use the D word because we don't have those here at MSP, but there's things down here that I cannot explain. I need one of you to go right in there, that cell right there. Don't shut doors.
No, can't shut it? Oh.
Okay, now, no shut doors down here.
Can I shut now?
No.
How about now?
No.
No?
No.
How about now?
Not ever.
No.
So, you see where he's standing?
Now.
You have two doors. You have to remember, in the day, there was a wall in between these two doors. This where he was standing, that was his cell.
Oh, this was 2 cells?
This is, yes, this was two cells.
I see, okay. Wow. Not too bad.
I don't know if you're the type of group that provokes when you come. If you ever do, don't do it when we're in the buildings, because these spirits are our co-workers, literally, and they trust us. They're good to us. We're good to them. We don't provoke them in any way, and we have to come back here night after night after night. When we have had groups that come and like on a Friday night and they provoke them, and when we come in the next night, they're pretty angry.
So, are you giving him permission to provoke once you're out of the building?
I think it's Friday night too.
That's your business.
It's Friday night, right? It's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a ghost group came in here. He put someone in that room and he just said, hey, I'm going to ask you 3 questions and just answer them honestly. And he's recording the whole time. So he asked, were you married? 3 questions. 3rd question, he says, can you repeat the word peanut butter? Okay?
Weird.
So, yeah. So he stops the recording, plays it back, and he says, can you repeat the word peanut butter? And you hear across his recording, peanut butter.
Wow.
It was nuts.
Wow. Nice.
It was
Nice.
cool. It was cool.
That was a good pun. That was really nice.
No, seriously.
You said it was nuts.
Peanut butter.
I thought it was on purpose.
He's that guy. That's the guy.
A group of us came in here and we were recording. We had our K2, we had the spirit box, and we were on the other side of this area. We was right by those steps, and all the lights were off, and we start seeing this little flicker of light, and I was just like, what is that? And about that time, it was almost midnight. I had to go. I had an event the next day, and I said, I'm sorry guys, but I'm gonna have to go. We start seeing this flick of light. We turned on our lights, and this gate, which is very heavy, was just about that far from being shut. And the flicker of light that we were seeing was the light just flickering on this metal. I don't know how much you believe in mediums or not. We have a medium that comes here quite often, and he just says, don't go back there.
Don't go back where?
That's not my choice, but we're gonna
Don't go back where?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's gnarly.
Okay, there's one. This was on a public tour, and they were just walking, and they just flipped around and took a picture, and this is the doorway.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
There's a reason my heart clenches when I go down there.
Interesting.
You see it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the first picture, this is mother and daughter. Oh, let me find the first one. The daughter is just taking selfies, and the mom looks behind her. Okay?
Okay.
And that's in the dungeon cell in Four House,
I don't even know.
where the sink. Okay? This starts coming up. Just watch.
Okay.
This is the last one.
Ooh.
And the mom could see it then in her selfie. She was just like, holy crap.
It's a big face right there in between their faces.
Oh yeah.
This is it for me.
now we're going on our own, I guess.
You're going on your own. This is Alex. She will probably stay. Alex, do you know how to turn off these lights? Yeah. Okay, right up there. Okay, because Sheila said be sure and turn the lobby light off and that light when you leave. And good luck.
Thank you.
I felt
Did you
a
have
little
fun?
bit more
Yeah.
comfortable when
Yeah.
you were
Thank you.
around, I would say.
Alex, do you know how to
want me
unlock the
around.
gates?
I'm kind of the
You know how to
magnet.
unlock all the doors? Oh, see?
am.
That's a good thing.
There you go, perfect.
Yeah. I'm the magnet.
Hold on. You mean this sounds like? Oh, okay.
Huh?
What'd you
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Come back. Come back for a longer, just to hunt sometime when it's warmer.
Wait, where are we going for? Wait.
Oh, this was the where. Should we start here, go down a level, or what?
It's a little bit warmer, so.
This was death row. This was
This was like
psychosis
crazy
row,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe let's start in death row.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sounds safe.
Yeah, they make good music.
Yeah.
This is a section we're not supposed to instigate, but she said don't do it while they're in the building. They're not in the building, and it's Friday night.
Kind of gave you permission to instigate.
Definitely give you permission.
That's not what
We're
happened.
coming down, bitches! Oh,
That's not what happened at all.
come here, little prison bitches!
Here I come.
I'm gonna pull your pockets.
Oh yeah, we're gonna investigate tonight, boys.
You are like this.
Yes! Someone else I can do weird voices.
Yeah, but that's scarier than what we're even gonna try to investigate.
I can do a pretty good Joker laugh.
You do Joker laugh?
Go ahead, do it. Do Joker laugh.
Hold on, I get loud, so.
Oh my god. Wait, let's go down there and listen to that. That's gotta sound so fucking. He's just there by himself. Yeah.
You mother.
Dude, I would cry.
Yo, one hiding clap or you hide clap. Alright, so we talked about in the car that apparently you like the hide and clap stuff.
It's interesting, so yeah.
Okay. So
It's a different thing to watch it than do it though.
That's why I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna give you the honor then of being blindfolded by yourself down here. Okay? Wow.
When you say it like that, maybe, you know,
In 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, completely blindfolded, can't see anything, gotta trust that we're not gonna leave you down here.
I've seen your videos before.
It would be kind of weird if you won the contest and hadn't.
It kind of freaks me
I'm
out.
not gonna leave you down here, I promise. I won't close the door.
5 minutes on the clock. It's like the thing from the Conjuring movie, except we made it into real life. You have to ask for it to clap 3 times to find us all. If you don't find us all, you walk home.
He was blindfolded the whole entire time you said that too.
Alright, I changed my mind. I don't want to walk home.
It's only 8.8 miles to the hotel.
Yeah, we're good.
Welcome to Chili's.
If there's anyone here, please make a noise that sounds like this.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Are you doing this on purpose?
Doing what on purpose?
Because this is the area we weren't supposed to come to?
Yep.
And now we're goofing off?
Oh, this is what Elton does.
Is it weird that you guys are all just sort of on your own, starting to act a little crazy?
But what do you mean?
And we're in the only psych ward area? That you guys just randomly decided to go down the hallway when no one asked you?
Is this the psych ward area?
30 seconds, go hide.
Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Let me get the first clap.
Oh my god.
Second clap. Wrong cell. I feel like there's someone here, but shake the door really hard. Oh, you're making me laugh. This isn't fair. Oh, there's someone right here. I just don't know where.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Alright, I'm forgetting you right now. Third clap. Oh, you want?
Oh my god, I got blood. Or dead, or whatever it's called.
30 seconds.
Just go until he finds everyone.
Okay,
No, just go until he finds everyone. This is too funny.
let's get another clap.
Yeah, one more clap. Go ahead, ask for it. You gotta be right here. Where? Are you on top here? Are you down low? You're right, like right here. I hear you. That's the boundary, that's the answer.
That's it?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Okay, where were you guys at?
I was standing on top of the
You
door.
don't know how many times you shook him. And I was like, you're the whole time.
You're swinging the door, and I'm just going back and forth on it.
That's why I was like, shake the door really hard. Like, you just fall off on you. He's halfway up the door, and he spreads his legs, and you went right through.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You went right through.
I think I've only successfully gotten one round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5'3.5", and you're 6 foot up in the air.
I'm standing here, and you're like, no, he's not up there.
You did shake him really hard.
Alright, so we are going to put our serious faces on. and transition into a more legitimate investigation. We have as long as we want to be here. Tonight we can be here till sunrise. As long as we want to be here, we can. Of course, there's 3 main buildings here, and the gas chamber that we haven't seen yet. The reason is we're going to see it on the way out because we actually have to drive like a half mile down the road to the exit section of the prison area. So we're going to go to the gas chamber and do an investigation there. So stay tuned for that video. That will be the next video. We have a whole arsenal of tools now, and we have multiple cameras and a bunch of us, so we might split up and
Great.
do some fun stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. Part 1 here. JJ, you know, I guess thanks for being here. Congrats on being here. I don't know. Have you praised it? Yeah. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm taking out. I'm leaving.
Oh my god!
This video is entirely dedicated to the paranormal investigation element of things.
We're here to harm you.
You're next!
Oh, red.
If it starts going off, what do we do?